Okay, hello and welcome to t-breezy's kitchen. I'm so sorry, it has been a hot minute. I feel like crazy busy. I feel like I've been doing nothing and so much at the exact same time. So I fully filmed this 3 weeks ago. This was a few days before Thanksgiving and it is currently the 15th. What day is it? The 15th? Yeah, it's the 15th of December. So that tells you a little bit about how productive I've been with cooking right now. But yeah, today we're just making a super simple, very quick, in the world of bread, very quick, simple focaccia made with a fantabulous garlic olive oil. It was really good. This was gone in 2 days, 3 days. I was eating it every day, multiple times a day. It was really good. And yeah, that's really it. So I hope that you enjoy it and have a great video. Okay, so in order to do the garlic herb olive oil that you're going to be using throughout the bread in the recipe, you're going to want to start by mincing your garlic. So you're just going to peel it here. I was sort of towards the end of a head of garlic, so the cloves were kind of easy to just sort of bend to break and make it easier to pull the skin off. So I just peeled them, cut off the the hard pointy ends that you don't want in there, and then I just started by mincing it, kind of using that rocking motion where my hand is on the front of the knife and I'm just bringing the knife up and down and up and down. And then when you wipe your blade of the garlic, because you want everything to be uniform, so you want it all to be under the blade, just make sure that you keep your finger nice and parallel to the sharp bit of the knife so you don't cut yourself. Okay, and then in addition to garlic, we will also be using rosemary and thyme, which we'll get to in a second. So you're just going to want to remove your rosemary from the stalk if you're if it's still on the stalk. This is from our garden, so I don't really know how it comes when it comes in those little packets in the grocery store, but I'm assuming it's on the stalk. You just kind of pull it in the opposite direction of the leaves, and then same as with the garlic mincing, you're just going to want to kind of chop it up pretty roughly, mince it, whatever. Okay, now getting into that thyme, you're just gonna want to pull it off the stem, same way that you did with the rosemary. You're gonna pull it in the opposite direction that the leaves are facing. So you're gonna pull down the stem, and that should get you most of your leaves separate from the stem. There might be a couple pieces where there are shoots off the stem where you have to pick the leaves off, but honestly, if you get a little bit of the stem in this, you'll be fine. It's not that deep. But yeah, you're just gonna want to pull it off the stem, and then I would mince it a little bit as well. And then now you're going to heat your olive oil over the stove. This is just a half a cup of olive oil, and you are not trying to brown the herbs. I'm just gonna say that now. You're not trying to brown the herbs. You're just wanting the olive oil to get fragrant. So you're going to put your herbs in, and you're going to leave it on a low medium maybe, but pretty low heat for about 10 minutes until you've really got those aromatics going and you're like, damn, my kitchen smells good right now. Okay, and then once your kitchen is smelling amazing, you're just going to want to take it off heat, whatever, stir it. You've probably been stirring it a little bit throughout that, and you're just going to want to let that cool pretty much completely. And then while that's cooling, you get to go over and start making the dough, which is the exciting part. So you're going to want to add lukewarm water. I don't remember how much that was. A packet of instant yeast or active, whatever, the fast yeast. The yeast that you get in packets, I think it's just normal yeast. And then I'm gonna a teaspoon, that looks like a teaspoon of brown sugar. I'm sorry, I filmed this 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm only now like voice overing it and like doing the intro and outro and stuff. Like I've just been so busy. But you're gonna like mix all of that together and leave it to rest for 5 minutes, and then you're gonna add a cup and a half of all-purpose flour to that, and then mix it until the flour is like dampened, like you don't have any dry bits, and then you're gonna leave that for another 5 minutes. I am gonna link the recipe that I used in the description, so make sure you check that out so that you actually have all of your like proportions right, because I don't remember how much of anything I put in that. Oh, and I believe I just put in half of the olive oil there. I wasn't, sorry guys, I was not looking, just busy yapping. But yeah, you're just gonna mix it until your flour is dampened, and then leave it to rest for 5 minutes. Okay, and then now that the 5 minutes have passed, you're going to add the rest of your flour, which I believe is just a cup. Never mind, maybe you added a cup, or I'm using a half cup measure there. I'm learning with you guys as I'm doing this. Maybe I added a cup earlier and a cup and a half now. I don't know. And then you're gonna add like a teaspoon of salt. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, it is. And then you're just going to mix that up, and then we will soon get into kneading it. Okay, cool. So as you can see at this point, like I'm really not getting any farther with the spatula. So like I said, we're just gonna start kneading it. I'm just doing it in the bowl, but you could totally like put this onto a floured surface and start messing with it there, which is what I do now. This is me flouring my surface because I didn't have the foresight to do that beforehand. And yeah, just knead it. You just want to knead it until it's like smooth, essentially. I hate this description of dough, but like right now it's kind of like hairy. Like it's got like kind of like strings, not like strings. It's literally almost like it's like got like fur, which sounds so gross when you're talking about food, but like it's like not smooth. So you just want to like knead it until it's smooth, because you want to get the gluten sufficiently worked up, but you don't want to overwork the gluten. And then here I'm just like oiling a bowl, greasing a bowl, whatever, so that I can, oh yeah, and I'm using a paper towel to spread that oil around. You could probably also like spray oil, but I didn't do that, evidently. I wanted to like keep using olive oil. I don't think that it would really change the flavor that much, but just like the vibes are for me to just use olive oil. And then I'm just sticking the dough into the bowl, and then you're gonna want to cover it with like a warmish, damp, it'll cool off, so so go for warmish, damp towel, and then you're just gonna cover it for, I believe, a half an hour, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyways, while it's rising, you're gonna want to preheat your oven to a whopping 450 degrees. And then once your dough has risen, it's like doubled in size, you're gonna want to grease a 9x13 inch baking pan with that herbed olive oil that we were using earlier, and just spread it around, get it in everywhere. You don't want the bread to stick to the pan. You want the bread to be going in your mouth, you know, no crumbs left behind. Okay, and then you can see that my dough is quite a bit larger than what we saw at last. And I'm just going to start gently spreading it out into the pan, trying to get it to all the edges, whatever. And then once you've done that, you'll see in a second here, you can start poking the little holes into it that are so like, that are just like the focaccia signature. Okay, and then once your focaccia is sufficiently saint-like, get it? Because you've poked holes in it. Okay, sorry. Pour the rest of your herbed olive oil on top, and spread that around with your fingers. Don't be afraid to get up in there. Get your fingers dirty. Okay, and then I am a fiend for salt. I don't remember if the recipe said to do this, but I'm a fiend for salt, so I added more salt to the top of the focaccia. In hindsight, I probably could have added even more, TBH. And then here I'm just sticking my bread into the oven, and then you're gonna want to leave it for 15 to 20 minutes, just until the top is nice and golden brown. And then you're just gonna take it out, and she's gorgeous, and then let her cool. And you're done. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you try this recipe, please let me know. I believe, obviously I'm filming this right now, so I haven't done it yet, but I believe the link to the actual recipe that I used will be in the description. If I forget to do that, it'll be in the comments. So go check it out, give it a shot, and let me know what you think.